Welcome to the 2020 kickoff of Latinx Heritage Month here at Kenyon College. As we have for several years now, we are kicking off the celebration of Latinx Heritage Month with a flag ceremony, celebrating simultaneously the unity and diversity of the Latinx community here at Kenyon. In the US this year, we are at a particularly difficult moment. A difficult moment not only as the nation overall, but in particular, a difficult moment for our Latinx brothers and sisters. We face a pandemic that has had a devastating effect on all of us, but particularly on communities of color and the Latinx community in particular. We face a period of unprecedented economic and social upheaval in the nation, and we face many forces that are aiming to divide us, that are aiming to exclude members of our community, to deny the rights to members of the Latinx community, and even deny the humanity of members of the Latinx community. So as we begin Latinx Heritage Month, this is usually a moment of celebration, and we should certainly make it a moment of celebration this year, a moment where we recognize the rich cultural traditions, the rich heritage, the diversity of the Latinx community broadly in the US and here at Kenyon. But we should also make this a moment of solidarity to stand together and to support each other, support in particular members of the Latinx community during this time, and to continue to do the rigorous work of examining ourselves and examining our community in the effort to dismantle systemic racism and bias. This is an incredibly important effort, one that's going to take place not just over this month, but really we should make part of our regular routine and part of our regular lives here at Kenyon and beyond. So as we gather together at this moment and as we gather together at other moments over the course of the next month, please do remember that even though we are dispersed around the country, there are things that bind us together as a community, and our shared commitment to support each other, our shared responsibility to support each other is part of this. And that's the spirit in which we should celebrate Latinx Heritage Month this year in 2020. Thank you.
Good morning. Buenos dias. Today, September 15th, is the beginning of the Latinx Heritage Month celebration. In many Latin American countries, such as Costa Rica, El Salvador, Guatemala, Honduras, Mexico, Chile, and Nicaragua, this week is significant since it marks the anniversary of their independence. Here in the US, we recognize and celebrate people's lives and cultures with Latin roots during this month, which contribute immensely to this country's richness and diversity. In anthropology, we have a name for this types of highly formalized symbolic behaviors in a specific place, in a particular time. They're called rituals. All cultures use different rituals to give meaning to their lived experiences. They are symbols in action, and one of their functions is reaffirming our group identity. Flags are also symbolic. They are potent secret emblems symbolizing common identity, group integration, and solidarity. So potent, in fact, that just by seeing them, they bring powerful sentiments to the surface of consciousness, even if in the absence of rituals. This is a social phenomenon named collective effervescence by sociologist Emil Durkheim, and it describes the excitement felt in an assembled crowd as in one explanation of how people create bonds over a common identity. Of course, flags don't always bring feelings of warmth and happiness. Moreover, their meanings are not always abstract. They also evoke, especially in Latin America, unpleasant feelings rooted in deep and complex histories represented and not represented in every one of these flags. In a piece about heritage and its colonial past, renewed archaeologist Patricia McInerney refers to the flags as symbols of high-flying nationalism, since they are symbols molded from the state, from the top down that is, to express perceived national identities. The Guatemalan flag, for example, is distinguished by blue bands arranged vertically. Inside a laurel wreath defines a circular field within a central white band, 2 crossed sabers, 2 crossed rifles, a quetzal bird, and a scroll containing the date of their independence from Spain, September 15, 1821. The iconography of the flag conveys militarism with 2 kinds of weapons and a laurel wreath. The endangered quetzal bird is symbolic of nature and the environment. As beautiful and complex as it is, the flag alone hardly conveys thousands of years of indigenous history and the diversity of its people reflected over 25 different native languages still spoken today. And this, of course, can be said for many countries in Latin America. There's an immense symbolic and historical complexity within each of these flags. Today, on Flag Day flag ceremony, we celebrate the people represented by these symbols, their rich and diverse lives, customs, history, and cultural heritage. Moreover, Latin Month is also a celebration that promotes equality and diversity. Here at Kenyon College, that diversity is represented by our 10 Latinx concentrators, professors, and staff. From all of us here at the Latinx Concentration, we wish you a great semester. Thank you. Gracias.
The establishment of the National Hispanic Heritage Week and National Hispanic Heritage Month. Lyndon B. Johnson, President of the United States of America, Proclamation 3869, National Hispanic Heritage Week, September 17th, 1968. Proclamation. It is with special pride that I call the attention of my fellow citizens to the great contributions to our national heritage made by our people of Hispanic descent, not only in the fields of culture, business, and science, but also through their valor in battle. Wishing to pay special tribute to Hispanic tradition, and having in mind the fact that our 5 Central American neighbors celebrate their Independence Day on the 15th of September and the Republic of Mexico on the 17th, the Congress, by the House Joint Resolution 1299, has requested the President to issue annually a proclamation designating the week including September 15th and 16th as National Hispanic Heritage Week. Public Law 90-498, Joint Resolution, authorizing the President to proclaim annually the week including September 15 and 16 as National Hispanic Heritage Week. Resolved by the Senate and House of Representatives of the United States of America in Congress assembled, that the President is hereby authorized and requested to issue annually a proclamation designating the week including September 15 and 16 as National Hispanic Heritage Week, and calling upon the people of the United States, especially the educational community, to observe such week with appropriate ceremonies and activities. Approved September 17th, 1968. We now celebrate Latinx Heritage Month. Public Law 100-402, August 17th, 1988. To amend the Public Law 90-498 to provide for the designation of National Hispanic Heritage Month, be it enacted by the Senate and House of Representatives of the United States of America in Congress assembled. Section 1, authorize the designation of the National Hispanic Heritage Month. The joint resolution entitled Joint Resolution Authorizing the President to Proclaim Annually the Week including September 15 and 16 as National Hispanic Heritage Week, approved September 17, 1968, is amended, 1, by striking week including September 15 and 16 and inserting 31-day period beginning September 15 and ending on October 15. 2, striking week and inserting month, and 3, by striking week and inserting month. Effective date. The amendments made by Section 1 shall take effect on January 1 of the first year beginning after the date of the enactment of this act. Approved August 17, 1988.
We often hear the word community applied to people of color, but what does it mean to be part of one? For me at least, it means knowing that I have a group of people who love me unconditionally, who will fight for me as I fight for them, even if we don't know each other. It means standing together against adversity and sharing in our struggles. Ever since I visited Kenyon as a prospective student, Adelante has been that space for me. It's where I met amazing people like my co-president Jerry, or my best friend Natalie. It's where I've shared in others moments of joy and sadness, where I learned to make everything from pupusas to patacones to enchiladas, where I learned for the first time what it means to be part of a community. Right now is a difficult time for our many communities, those on college campuses, around this country, across Latin America. More than ever, it is important to celebrate the beauty of our heritage, the resilience hidden in our histories, and how wonderful it is that though our cultures are all so unique and different, we can always come together. I am so proud of each and every one of you that has been able to make it to this moment. We hope that when you look up at these flags, that you feel that you have a community that is looking out for you, rooting for you, and ready to support you should you ever need it.
Throughout my life, I've always felt a strong connection to people. However, something that I have struggled to really understand until recently is the true meaning of community. One of the first moments when I got a peek at what community means is when I visited Kenyon for the first time during my senior year of high school. I attended a meet and greet with the Adelante exec board. Actually, that is the first time I met my wonderful co-president and friend, Alex. At that meeting, I was able to see the community that Adelante had created. I saw a group of people that came from different backgrounds, but who cared for each other immensely. I saw a group of people that, through shared experiences and heritages, were able to create a warm, welcoming environment for people like me. While it is frankly difficult to put in words, I cannot emphasize the importance that moment has in my life. It is that moment that showed me that as a Latina at Kenyon, I would be safe and welcome. Now, not everything has been perfect since that moment, but one thing has remained constant. The Latina students and faculty that I have met at Kenyon are integral parts of my community and my Kenyon and life experiences. Now, I'm speaking a lot about myself, but that is because all of this is what inspires me to continue celebrating and pushing to build up the Latina community at Kenyon and beyond. Right now, our community is dispersed around the country and around the world. But that does not mean that we cannot come together. Although distant, we can still inspire each other in our thoughts and in our actions. This month, each and every day, I will wake up and know that Latinas everywhere are strong, beautiful, and changing the world wherever we are. While I believe it is always important to celebrate our culture, now more than ever is time we stepped up to show what we are capable of. In the face of political and health crises that threaten to tear our community apart, we must stand strong and show that nothing can tear us apart. I am proud of each and every one of you, and when I look up at the flags behind me, I will think of each and every one of you, and the integral part you each play in building and maintaining such a wonderful community.